What is Gamma AI? What's it for? If you're here, you want to start, that's why we're here. It's an AI that helps create websites, Google Docs, social media content, and even presentations. It's amazing for making presentations for university or work, creating incredible slides. It even generates its own images within the presentations. You can see a video on how to make great presentations. Plus, all these processes it does are designed to be done with AI. So we can start from scratch, make our presentations from scratch. But you'll see that using AI is super easy and incredible. It might not give exact info you want, but it provides a framework for presentations. As you can see here, incredible. And that's likely what this AI is for. Also, as you can see, for documents, you can add files and have it work on them. So let's check it out. Let's get started and create our first Gamma E account. We'll click try for free, as we have both free and paid options. Then we'll enter our email or continue with Google. After filling in all the fields, we'll see sections asking for more info about us. This helps the AI work better. Many AI platforms do this now. We'll tell it what we use it for and our area of work. If it's for personal use, we'll specify the area we'll use it in. We'll click continue. Here it asks what we plan to do with Gamma. We can choose from different options in this section. We'll click continue. Again, it'll ask how we found them. This helps their marketing, but we can just click continue. Finally, we'll click not now, and our first Gamma account will be created. We can now create projects or go to the home page to see the interface. How does Gamma AI work? It has different sections, and we're going to take a look at all of them. First, we have the create section where we can start a new AI document. Here we can generate and create different types of content. We can see options like presentations, web pages, documents, or social media posts. We don't have to generate everything directly with AI, which is what most people do. Instead, we can paste a content outline or import a file or URL. We can bring in a Google Doc, load that file, and generate content from it. It's quite interesting. We also had an import section where we could add files to the platform. This would improve uploaded files, images, or designs, similar to other apps with this interface. We can select any project. If we click the three dots and add to favorites, it goes to the favorites section. There we can quickly view all our saved projects. We can also easily see which projects we've created and which ones have been shared with us. We can share our files with colleagues to work more efficiently. We can edit together, then download the document or presentation we've created. So let's take a look at what we've got here, shall we? This account is new, so I haven't shared anything yet, but this is where you'd find shared items and your own work. You also have this section here. Here you can create folders, like new project folders, useful if you're working on a big project. Down here is an interesting section with templates. You can find presentation templates here. We can preview these templates to see how they look. These AI trained templates adapt to our input. Let's try making a template. Say we want to make a presentation about scientists. Or maybe all these templates could be useful for us, right? As you can see, it shows images, who that person is, etc. And we could find one that fits better, yeah? To avoid making references. Well, it's a bit like PowerPoint where we can find templates too, but here we also have template, right? These are designed specifically to be used with it. So in this way, you see, it understands what you want to do and quickly gives you the project structure. Then we have the inspiration section where we had some things, right? For fans, you know, it's a bit for us to explore and have some fun with, don't you think? Seeing the limits of this AI. And we could also create themes if we wanted to make our own templates, right? We can use these directly or import some, unlike many other sites. We could slightly modify our profile's general view, add members to our workspaces to collaborate with colleagues in a desired space. Lastly, in the top right, you'll find your credit. These will deplete over time. To keep using the apps, you'll need more credits or upgrade to a better plan. We have a video explaining all the plans for this application. How to create the best presentations with Gamma. Well, for this, we'll go to the Gamma section and create a new AI. Here we'll click generate and go to the presentation section first. We'll write what we want to do and how we want our presentation to be. For example, I've asked it to generate a presentation on the 4 types of shepherd dog breeds that exist, right? Okay, and their traits. We'll click generate outline and it'll start creating the structure for different slides. See? For instance, intro shepherd dogs, their traits, the 4 types each breed's needs. As you can see, it's already created the overall flow of the presentation and each section it will have, right? So now we can review this outline it has created, change things we think aren't right, or remove sections we don't want. We can even add new cards. The next step is customizing your range, choosing which theme to use, right? As you can see, we have different themes we can start using. Here we'll choose how much text and images we want. We'll set how much text we want in the presentation, either brief, medium, or detailed, little, medium, or a lot. The amount of text affects the balance of images and text. Finally, it'll ask where we want to source the images from. I'm telling it to create images using its AI. We choose which AI model to use for images. I'll use Flux Now will generate, and it'll start creating the presentation about shepherd dogs, right? As you can see, it's creating each section of the presentation in real time. Next, we could edit and customize this entire presentation. So this is an overview of the presentation. Starting with the intro, the Belgian Shepherd is a breed of, first slide, second Belgian Malinois Shepherd, which is the breed I actually own, Belgian Tervuren. And here we have an overview of all Belgian Shepherds. As you can see, the images are quite nice, though this one not so much. This one's clearly AI generated, but overall it's quite impressive. At this point, we could start tweaking things a bit. We could change the theme of this presentation. For instance, I'm not sure if we'll switch, but maybe this one here, okay? We could do that and it'd instantly change the theme. We could switch between themes and choose the one we like best. This way, we can customize our presentation easily, simply, and much faster. In PowerPoint, we'd have to change each section individually, which would be a hassle. Here, it does everything automatically. As you can see on the right, we have a section for card templates. We can use different templates for each card, which represent different sections. We can add text blocks, images, videos, media, apps, and web pages. There are tons of options available. It depends on your needs, and we can also share our project. We can collaborate with colleagues to create an amazing presentation. We can export our project as PDF, PowerPoint, Google Sites, or even PNG, so exporting is really simple. Finally, to preview, just click present and it'll show your presentation. It even has effects for each section, which is incredible. Now you know how to make great presentations for your best work. How can we create our website using this amazing AI? To do this, we'll create a new one with AI and hit generate. In the generate section, we'll go to website and tell it what we want. After specifying the website theme, in this case hamburgers, we'll generate the scheme. It will then start creating an outline of the website. Here we can see a diagram with cards for each section and block of the site. It shows our meats, burgers, prep process, quality prices, and about us, all AI generated. To change any options, we'd come here, make our changes, and that's it. We'll also choose the design for this website, the theme we want to use, and how much text to include, whether it's little, medium, or a lot. It'll create a mix of text and images, adjusting the number of images based on the amount of text we provide. Of course, we can specify the source for these images, be it our own files, GIFs, or AI-generated images like I'm using now. That's the cool part. AI creates these amazing images directly. You'll see, they're incredible. We can also set the image style, making the program more specific and generate images that you're looking for, or ones that fit your project better, more professional or casual to attract your target audience. Finally, we'll pick the AI model we want to use for creation, and then hit generate. As you can see here, it's already generating the entire website. It's creating different sections still in process, and when it finishes like now, everything will be generated. As you can see, it's already laid out each of the sections for us with their explanations and some photos. For example, here's a close-up of a burger with melted cheese, different meat types we might have specified. You can change all this to your liking. It gives you a base to work from. And well, as you can see, the ingredients used and so on. The only downside to using Gamaya is that when you create these web pages, you can easily add many sections and even publish or share the site. But the problem is if you publish it directly without the Pro plan, you can't use a custom domain. You'll have to use a Gamaya domain, which isn't ideal for SEO at all. Now we can publish the current page. As you can see, it's live and we can view the site. Notice how it adds animations when scrolling, even for each photo. It's impressive for just 3 minutes of work. Of course, you can add any type of card or photo to these sections, or a link to a booking page, whatever you need. For example, with these hamburgers. But remember, without the Pro plan, you'll get a Gamaya domain for publishing, as you can see here, which might not be what you want. So now you know how to create your website, and here's the final result we've achieved. Let's see how we can create content for social media. We'll go to create new and generate. Here, as you can see, we have a social section. How interesting. This section is basically for creating social media content, stories, squares. I'll choose stories, for example. I want to upload story content. As you can see, we have some example prompts we can use to get an idea of how it works, all right? This AI understands what we're telling it. What's the best way to phrase it? I won't lie, it's like brainstorming ideas. I'll also set it to random. I'll pick one of these and let's see how it goes. Look, for example, this is very common now. If your backhand is off, you can't hit this shot. Damn, they just won't stop with this. Anyway, let's generate the schema, and there it is. In the schema, bam, 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 the AI is trying to tell me I have a bad tennis backhand and I'm spied on nightly. Well, it hasn't generated different sections yet, has it? To keep content, we now choose the theme we want to use. When we have it, I'll keep it brief so we don't bore people, okay? The source of the images it'll create for us, right? If we want to set the image style, I've added a bit, you see? How I want those images to look, and finally we can pick the model we want to generate these images. Let's generate, and as you see, it's created a bit already, huh? The content we were looking for, you didn't give away the solution here. Swipe to transform your game, you know, TikTok's endless moment. Obviously, we might not upload this as is. It wouldn't make much sense for people who don't want to create content. In the end, you're just saying this and that, but it might still be useful. Maybe you want to use these as posts for a website, right? It could work for a blog too, or you can use it to gather ideas and narrate them. Don't worry about these images, they're incredible. Look, it was created instantly. This effect is insane. Basically, you can present and see how it would look, right? So, you just take care of the next one, moving through each one, creating better social media content. Plus, it's in beta testing now, but hey, it's pretty good, honestly. It can help us structure these videos mentally and create them more easily, right? Well, in the end, we can share it with a colleague and change the theme in real time. Look at all the themes you can choose from. You can pick whichever one you like best. I chose this one. Maybe it's too basic, but we can change it. This one's pretty ugly, honestly. Well, you can change to any theme you want. Now you know how to make better social media content. How can we create our best documents using AI? Well, if you want to impress your boss with an attractive document and make them say, wow, incredible work, they must have spent so much time on this. Nah, you'll only spend 3 seconds, okay? Just click Create New, go to Generate, then select Documents. I mentioned your boss as a joke, but you can use this for any document. Like planning a trip with friends or exploring places in your area. Could be about buses, whatever, anything you want. Cars, sharing cool stuff like the new BMW with friends. Basically, it'll create a Google Doc based on your instructions. Well, a Google document, I mean. A document, not from Google. First, we'll give instructions on what we want it to do. I've outlined what I want. A US to Japan trip plan, including lodging and activities. We'll generate this for a 7-day trip and see how the planning turns out. As you can see, it's creating cards for intro, prep, and general itinerary. Look, starting from day 3 in Tokyo, then Kyoto, Osaka. Looks good. It shows days and activities for each. Hotels, attractions, food experiences. Pretty good, actually. Even final tips and a budget proposal. As usual, we choose the theme for this document. Lastly, we decide how much text to include. In this case, we want a detailed document, not a presentation. We can specify how we want these images to be created. And well, the usual stuff applies here too. Which AI model should we use to generate the images? Let's hit Generate and start the document about the Japan trip. It begins creating each section one by one. As you can see, it's produced the entire document layout. Each section is all text, with no images, obviously. I mentioned images earlier, but it's text only as it's a document. You could add images, but that's not the point here. The main goal is to outline our itinerary and plans in Japan. I've asked for quite a detailed plan. Finally, you can present it going through each section as usual. It'd be kind of like slides. If we wanted to save this document, we'd click export. We could export as PDF, PowerPoint, Google Slides, or PNG. For this document, we'd export it as a PDF. We'd save it as a guide for what to do in Japan. This example's mine, but it could be your work for your company. Just add real info about what you've done and studied. Now you know how to create these documents. The million-dollar question everyone wants to know. How much does Gamma AI cost? Well, as you can see, it has 2 paid plans plus the free trial you always get, right? With those 400 credits, you can actually do quite a lot. So if you want to try it, you can do so for free and then decide if you'll use it. And well, they offer monthly payment plans. They charge €10 per month for Plus and 20 for Pro, but there's also annual payment where you commit to a full year, basically paying for the entire year up front. It costs €8 monthly for Plus and 15 for Pro, right? So let's take a look at what each of these plans offers, shall we? First, the Plus plan, as you can see, lets you create AI without limits. so the credits don't really matter. This way, you can create presentations galore. Plus, you had advanced image generation, meaning better quality. I'd remove the watermark that says created with Gamma, because when you download any document made in this program, it shows it's created with Gamma. You could remove it with a background remover or something, okay? But it might be a bit of a hassle, honestly. We could generate up to 20 cards total for our project. I didn't mention it, but it includes everything in the free plan, right? 50 token entries, priority access, early access to new features. I think we're all clear on this. Then there's the pro plan, offering all that plus advanced AI editing. So we can use advanced AI editing for all our projects. We could generate up to 50 cards in our projects. Plus, they increase our token inputs to 100 for our project. We could have custom domains and URLs that we couldn't have before. In our web design video, I mentioned the domain is provided by them unless you pay for Pro and get a custom domain. Interesting, right? The monthly cost is similar to a regular domain subscription, so it might be worth considering for your website. It also offers detailed analytics, custom fonts, and password protection. Basically, more security for your account. So these are the plans and what each includes. If you want this tool for pro presentations, websites, and content, you know the cost.